Miscellaneous. A place of merit. When I came to live at the Buddha Chuck Center, I set my mind to this one goal: to make this place clean and pure. A meritorious place of virtue where people come to practice meditation and achieve purity. At the cost of my life, I devoted my flesh and blood to establish the Buddha Chuck Center without the consideration for my own health, so much so that right before it was completed, I became severely ill. This time I nearly died. I had to take refuge in merit at all times in order to survive. I lived. But if this happened to another old person, I am sure that person would have already ended up in a coffin. I'm well now, but only as much as an old person can be well. Don't delve into the negative. If you make a bad mistake, don't let your thoughts run away with you in a negative direction, or it will open doors for Mara to step in and make things worse. The more negative your imagination, the more harm you will bring to yourself. It is better for your mind to take refuge at the center of your body. When people commit a bad mistake or face adversity, they tend to become negative and think of the worst. They become discouraged, disheartened, depressed, and demoralized. These negative emotions give the opportunity for Mara to come in with this malicious program that causes everything bad to come to fruition. In other words, your negative thoughts cause negative effects. So when bad situations happen, keep your mind at the center of your body. Eventually, the negative energy will go away and you will be able to remedy the situations. Make the best of the present. I am someone who is not easily upset or affected. I teach myself at all times that it does not matter whether we are born rich or poor, smart or dumb, or even illiterate. What is important is that now we have been born into this life, it is wise for us to do maximum good deeds so that all good things will come to us in future lives. Do good now to reap more good in the future. The past is gone. I never think of the past. I only think of the present, and I do my best in the present. Before, when I was a farmer, I had many friends, but since I entered the temple, my mind was only on Dhamma, and I never missed my friends. At the meditation workshop, whenever Luang Pa Wat Pak Nam gave me an assignment, the only thought I had was to fulfill the assignment to the best of my ability. As a result, I was able to answer every one of Luang Pa's queries. My meditation skills became very profound, and I advanced more quickly than others in the class. When I lived at the Dhamma Prasit House, my only focus was on making the place clean and pure, to be a good place for performing virtues. When living at the Buddha Chuck Center, I never got nostalgic for the Dhamma Prasit House. I set out with only focus on my mind, that is, to make the Buddha Chuck Center a clean and pure place, the best place to build virtues. I devote myself to the tasks in the present, focus my attention to the job at hand, and contemplate on doing the best for that job now. I allow nothing to distract me so that I can fulfill my tasks in the best possible way. Doing so will enable me to find only good things in my future lives. Help them by inviting them to the temple. To help someone reach heaven, first invite that person to come to the temple. When I lived at Wat Pak Nam, I received invitations frequently to dine at various homes. Luang Pa Wat Pak Nam gave me this thought: eating my food, you are only indebted to one person, me. Isn't that enough? Why do you need to eat at other people's houses too? I knew what he meant. From then on, I stopped eating at other people's houses. I reminded monks who were invited to dine out. Now that you have ordained, instead of going to other people's houses for a meal, why not invite people to come to the temple instead? If you dine out at their homes, then they will find no need to come to the temple to offer food. Putting down roots. I wish nothing but prosperity for you. Although you may be impressed by tales of other places, remember that we have put down our roots here at the Buddhachak Center. Plan your life. Plan well for your life. I planned everything through. Even as a simple farmer, foresight served me well. In the rice field and in the home, my skill at planning ahead helped my family to pay off our debt, and we were able to save some money. After I saw that my family was doing well, I made plans to enter the temple and to seek out my late father's afterlife whereabouts. This story was recounted in the book, The Path to Happiness. I lived for a time with Madame Liep and used my skills to help run her household, where I met Khun Yai Tung Suk Sam Deng Pun. Once I attained Dhammakaya, I wanted to join the temple immediately, but I knew Madame Liep would not let me. So instead, I asked her for a leave to visit my family. With the help of Khun Yai Tung Suk, I was admitted to the temple, shaved my head, and became a nun. Once I joined the temple, I detached myself from the outside world completely, concentrating only on mastering the Dhammakaya knowledge. That is why my meditation skills are so profound. Leaving home. When I was a young girl of 10 or 12 years old, my father came home drunk one day. He was so drunk that he fell asleep on the ground outside the house while the rest of the family slept inside. In disgust, my mother called him a sparrow, a Thai expression for a worthless person that leached off of her wealth. My father angrily asked all the children if we heard her abuse him. Innocently, I said I did not think she had insulted him. He became so enraged that he cursed me to deafness for 500 lifetimes. I was very frightened of his curse. On the day he died, I was out in the rice field. By the time I returned home, he had already passed away. So I missed my opportunity to ask him for forgiveness. I thought surely his curse would come true. I became determined to somehow find him in the afterlife to ask for his forgiveness. When I learned about Luang Pa Wakpak Nam, I knew there was a way. So as soon as I was sure my family could support themselves, I left home. Only merit in mind. If you come to the temple for the sole purpose of gaining merit, then you are on the right path and you will never fall into misfortune. On the other hand, if you come here to seek fame or popularity or to flirt, you will end up not making it. In understanding myself, I am able to understand all others. My eyes are wide open to my own nature and can look into what I have done in my past, what I'm doing in my present, and what I will become in my future, all the way to Nibbana. I know everything now, including my path to end suffering. However, I still have to be reborn so that I can eradicate the rest of the defilements that are still with me. I observe quietude and have become a good role model in this regard. The monks here also enjoy the tranquility. A mind free of negative thoughts. Someone asked me if I have any suffering nowadays. I told him I did not, because I only allow good things to come into my mind and never let any negative thoughts to enter. From the moment I wake up, my mind is filled with only good thoughts. I have accumulated so much virtue and maintain only goodness in my mind. If a bad situation occurs, I confront it for the greater good, but I will not let it linger in my mind. If I do complain about someone or something, it is only for the betterment, but once it is over, I move on and never let it linger. Then when I meditate, my mind is completely free from these thoughts, concentrating only on meditative attainment. That is why I am able to find happiness. Be a good role model. Learn to do things right. Learn to be clean and tidy. People will see your behavior and set you as a good example. There will always be new people coming to the temple. I cannot always be present to teach or to show them how to do things. After I am gone, you can be their example. Practice good behavior and teach others to do the same. Give up bad habits. Break your bad habits in this life, and you will not have them in the next life. If in the next life you still retain the same undesirable behavior, it will be because you did not heed this advice. Use kind speech. Addressing volunteers at the temple. Kind words are better than harsh speech. Kind words engender respect and cooperation from the person you are speaking to, rather than fear. If people fear you, they will not want to help you in the future. Then your work will be slow, and since they did not help you, they will miss the opportunity to gain merit. Disagreements should be addressed civilly and sensitively, and people will be willing to learn from you. Then we will accomplish our work, and they will also gain merit. Desire gives rise to suffering. Desire is the source of suffering. Whether it is the desire for wealth, beauty, or fame, they all lead to unhappiness. Because I have no desire for these things, I have no suffering. I am content with myself and my situations. I have no interest in other people's possessions. I have only the desire to perform good deeds and to acquire great merit. What other people do is their business and not a concern of mine. For me, I just want to practice good deeds and develop good thoughts. Protect your mind. It is the natural condition of the world to have both the good and the bad. Sometimes we are joyous and happy. Sometimes we are sad and worried. This is a part of life. However the world may be, just let it be. Don't worry, be happy. It is better to preserve the quality of our mind. Thinking about negative things and the problems of others can only affect your mind. You can lose anything, but don't lose the quality of your mind. Awakening. When I was small, I walked behind my mother and I thought to myself, please don't let me suffer when I get old. Do people ever realize that the reason they suffer is because they are inundated with demerit? Will they ever come to this awakening? Don't look down on anyone. Never look down upon anyone, whether he is a beggar, poor, middle class, or a millionaire. When I lived in Nakhon Chai-si, whenever a beggar came to me for rice, I gave him rice. Whenever a beggar came to me for grain, I gave him grain. Right balance. Like preparing food, everything should be arranged in the right proportion. Apply right balance in everything you do. Too much or too little is not good. The middle way is the way to go. Humans are the most blessed. Human beings are the most capable creatures. Even big, bulky metal can be made to float on water. To be born human is the highest blessing indeed. No creatures can be more capable or well blessed than a human.